Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome everybody. So you maybe laugh with your bouncing to the music. Welcome everybody to Choey and Jandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Choey.
Welcome, Jandler. I love how you. I thought
Oh.
at first you like cough. I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
really? Like you cough in the intro? You can't just like stop, but then you're laughing. I was like, okay, good, we're good.
No, cause it was like we were both bobbing to the drum beat, but it was just like how when it stopped and it was like you did like a little pose,
I was
and
like,
that's what
head
that
bang with the no hair.
yeah. But it was after you headbanged and you posed that's what got me. It's like you had this little pose. How's it going, sir? December time,
Yeah,
Dude,
like I'm
you
fortunate
go.
enough not
I'm
to
gonna
have
check the
seen
weather.
a ton of traffic
Oh
yet.
yeah.
I
Have
think
y'all
what
been
it is
shopping
though.
yet, man? I need to.
I think what it is like there's not as much people out shopping just because it's not like you got so many online things.
Yeah, I might be doing a lot of stuff online again. We'll see. Speaking of shopping, man, it's supposed to warm up a little bit here at the end of the week. What I was hoping to do, and maybe we have to do it like around December 20th. Remember we talked about shopping at the HEB so we could drink beer as we're going? You remember that?
As long as it's really actually allowed, because I don't want to get
No, it is.
arrested.
It is allowed. There's a restaurant there that they serve beer, and you can get a beer and walk around the store. Because I need to probably get some what do you call it, gift cards anyway. So I was
Yeah.
like, hey, me and Choey, we could record there, on the iPod, on the AirPods, and oops, and we play that
out. That's about the 2-minute mark. The 2 minute.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Did you listen to last week's episode?
A little bit of it. I haven't got through the whole thing yet, though.
Do you remember what day did you listen to it? Was it yesterday or Friday?
Yesterday.
Okay, because I actually posted it Friday, and I couldn't find the part where you mentioned your missus' name, the wife's name.
Yeah.
And then I found it after I did it Friday, and so I went back Friday night and I clipped it out and put it back up.
No, usually, like if I do listen, like, cause I mean, as much as I want to like do like Friday of, like when it comes out, I'm like, I can let it settle, let it marinate, and then I do it on the weekend.
I'm still saying, man, you and other people, you got to listen to it when I have the premiere set up on YouTube because they have this intro. It gets me jazzed. It's a cinematic intro that I get pumped, ready to listen to it. But that's at like 6:15 a.m. local time on a Friday. So it actually comes out about 5 hours earlier on YouTube than it does on Spotify and everything. So if people ever want to get a head start on it, they're like, hey, 5 hours earlier we can hear the episode. But
I wonder what they talked about.
Exactly. We'll go back and hear the next one and see what happens. All right, let's roll on to the holidays.
Here are today's effing holidays.
All right, sir. It's December 12th. Hey, do you know that today is National Salesperson Day?
That makes sense. Getting closer to like Christmas.
You're like, yeah, I get it.
I get it. I can see that one.
And then it says it's not normally December 12th. It's the second holiday or second Friday of December. It's in the middle of the holiday shopping season. National Salesperson Day recognizes the personnel who make sure the products keep flying off the shelves. On the second Friday in December, the day honors the value and dedication of the professional salesperson and the hard work they perform. So you can celebrate them. Hashtag National Salesperson Day. Congrats. Hey, well, I got two things I want to talk about here. The reason I said hey is I called this fruit salad, and I think I told you about it last holiday. Apparently, it's called ambrosia. I didn't know that. Pretty sweet, man. But National Ambrosia Day, it's right in the middle of the holiday season. National Ambrosia Day brings refreshing salad to the celebration table. It's a salad, but it's not really a salad. It's a lot of fruit and sugar in it, but it tastes good. On December 12th,
fruit salad's actual name is ambrosia.
Well, this ambrosia, this has like the one I do has like cherries and peaches and pineapple and marshmallows and coconuts, right? So that's like I don't know, like that's I think fruit salad a lot of times has like was it mayonnaise or something tangy in there, and then they have like apples and sometimes have nuts. But on December 12th, bring ambrosia to your holiday dinner or celebration. and then go home with an empty bowl. I would say a lot of people like it. And then last but not least, Choey and Jandler fashion. This just sounds funny. Today's National Ding-a-ling Day, sir. You already finished.
Right.
National Ding-a-ling Day on December 12th encourages us to reconnect with people we once talked about. See, I thought it was about the ringing, like the Santa bells at the store. I guess it's about ding-a-lings on this day. Call the people they haven't heard from in a while. So it's not what you're thinking. Just so you know, get your mind out of the gutter.
I don't think that's what anybody would think if they heard ding-a-ling day. Like, who calls it a ding-a-ling?
I don't know.
What the heck?
Like, I thought it was the ringing of the bell. Like I say, the Santa out trying to get money. But
that's why I kind of figured you were gonna go with it. But then you're like, give him a call. It's like, what kind of a call is that? Is it a rhymes with duty call?
Yeah. Snooty.
I'm gonna call my
Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
I'm gonna call my ding-a-ling today.
All right. Anyway, moving on to the headlines, sir.
It's time for this week's edition of Choey and Jandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the brand new segment, News from Around the World, with Choey and Jandler. And just like we started last week, I'm gonna keep doing a little world headline-ish stuff, and then local headline. By the way, my first headline, I just found out today it was a hoax or whatever, it was AI. Did you hear about that drunk raccoon that they found passed out in a liquor store after they broke in and drank? Okay, so apparently there was this video. Right, so here's the headline. Raccoon breaks into a liquor store and passes out drunk. Turns out the viral video was fake. Ah, yes, America, a nation where teachers need 14 forms signed to use a pencil sharpener. But a drunk raccoon video? That we believe instantly. No fact-checking was needed. Oh, look, a raccoon doing shots? Yeah, that's totally normal. No, I saw this thing earlier in the week, and I started laughing because I was just like, maybe that raccoon listens to Choey and Jandler. And they're like, hey. Now, it turns out to be fake, man. But there's so many videos now, and doesn't it really suck that in 2025, you gotta sit there and you gotta check everything, You gotta be like, is that true or is that not true?
The ones I like to send you and our buddy Marsh with the AI Jerry Jones reactions.
Yeah.
I wish those were real. That would be so awesome if he just, because he's thinking it. He's probably thinking something like that. But it's like, he can't come out and say it.
I had to, I saw that Notre Dame pulled themselves from bowl contention. I was like, that's got to be fake. And I looked it up. I was like, oh, it's true. Okay. So they're miffed they didn't get in, and they're just like, that's it. We're not playing. We're not participating. So craziness. Second headline. This really goes, it's not trying to be political, but did you hear when they elected that Mamdani as mayor in New York? And he's Muslim, and so all these people started being like, oh, they're afraid that he's going to make them learn Arabic in school. And then somebody said, well, they're already teaching Arabic numerals in schools in New York. And these people lost it, dude. Right? I got outraged. So parents outraged that schools are teaching Arabic numerals, otherwise known to us as numbers. Tonight's top story, a group of parents are furious that schools are teaching Arabic numerals. For anyone confused, Arabic numerals are what we call 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The numbers you see on the clock. Your phone, your bills, your gas pump. Basically everything except your IQ score if you thought this was something different. This is why teachers are exhausted. We're not just fighting kids anymore. We're fighting math with grown adults who fear the number 4 because it sounds foreign. So, did you hear about that?
I read it after you sent that thing to me and the dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, shut up. There's no way.
50-some% of people, adults, are like, what the heck?
Yeah, but you gotta think, man. Like, there's a lot of, yeah, I'll say it, because it's not like they probably listen anyways. They probably don't understand how to turn on a podcast. There's a lot of stupid people out there that, just, like we talked about it, like, stuff gets sensationalized, and people are like, oh, I don't like the newfangled words. Well, and you're like, I think about it for 2 seconds.
I try and not use the word stupid as much as I'm like, there's just a lot of uninformed people, Like, there's a lot of, this word has a bad connotation, ignorant, but ignorant just means you're not informed. right? You just don't like. But if you call someone ignorant, they think you're calling them stupid. And what I'm saying is like you just don't know what's going on.
Well, it's like
But there's a lot of things. Yeah.
And prejudice. Prejudice is when you don't like people of a certain color, whatever that may be. Racist is like an institutionalized thing, the system. But people use it synonymously, and it's like that's not what it is. People are like whatever.
Well, prejudice isn't just about the race. I could be like, women are bad drivers. Yeah, well, all women are bad drivers. You know,
if you don't like us people of certain colors because you're prejudicing them, like if you think you're better than them or they're lesser because of a system, then that systematic thing, then it's racism.
Yeah,
and there's a lot, and that would be more of like the ignorance. I think there's a lot of dumb people out there just because they're like, oh, Arabic's bad because terrorists are Arabic. Calm down there, Cletus. That's not how that works.
I know this is different, right? But I think I've said it before on a couple episodes of the podcast. I know I've said it since I've been a teacher, and I know people that are listening. Well, luckily we have a lot of international listeners because they could at least agree. This whole standard system. The metrics are a heck of a lot easier, right? But we could never go to it because a lot of us adults would be like, they'd be pushing back. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That's too much work. I gotta move a decimal when it's like, dude, we don't like. I mean, that Washington dream is so funny when he's like, how many? It's gonna have inches and centimeters on both sides of the ruler. Oh, so we can see how they line up. And they never will. They don't, and they never will. It's basically how it is. It's like. Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, you sit there and you go, Arabic numerals bad. Well, we use them all the time. We use them all the time, people. It's like, get used to it.
Those are English numbers, and you're like, nah, not exactly. Not exactly.
And the 0 is from the Mayans, so it's really Hispanic culture that helps with that. So there's a lot of things, we just pick and choose, right? But
Mayans are crazy though, because there were remember the whole thing with the Mayan calendar ended like May. Whatever 2012, so people are like, that's when the world's gonna stop.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like maybe they just didn't want to write the calendar out any further because they wrote it for like 2,000 years.
Yeah, they got tired. They ran out of rock, is what it was, and chisels.
Yeah, but so they also like, all right, we're good.
I also do remember when we were all scared about Y2K because they're like, oh, what's gonna happen when 99 rolls to 0? The computers aren't gonna know what's going on, and there's a good My Name is Earl episode when they ended up in they were like a Target or something, and that it rolled over to New Year's and everyone was out partying and no one was at the store because remember when they used to close the stores?
Yeah.
Now they don't do that, but back in the day they did. So there were 4 people trapped in the store and they thought they were the only 4 survivors. It's pretty crazy. But My Name is Earl, man. If you ever watched that show, it's pretty funny. Obviously, it was years ago, but
do you remember where we were at when it rolled into the year 2000?
I was in Hawaii. Whenever I was in the Navy by then.
I think you and maybe it was Marshall.
Yeah,
I thought it was me, you, and Webb. I thought it was me, you, and Webb were downtown. Man, it might have been Marshall.
No, yeah, it was you 3. No, I was in I was in Hawaii.
25
I was in Hawaii.
Ago. Oh.
I was in Hawaii
we were
on
downtown.
New Year's, and it was weird because it wasn't cold.
We were downtown. We're like, woo, all right, let's go get it back to the car before the traffic gets crazy. So we're like, oh.
You're like, world's gonna end. We're here.
We're downtown.
All right, my local headline, sir. Student launches lunchbox into tree and then attempts to rescue it using a stuffed animal. Well, yes, just another day in my day as an American educator, where students make decisions that defy science, gravity, logic, and the Geneva Conventions. So a student threw their lunchbox into a tree, sir. Into a tree. And then because they're 3rd graders, she thought if I throw this little teeny stuffed animal, I can knock it out of the tree branch. And they thought that was a good solution. Clearly it wasn't, because nothing says I've got a plan like escalating the situation with the projectile Beanie Baby. I didn't mean to, but I accidentally lied or misled the custodian because I thought it was about 10 feet. It was about 20 feet up there. And she got it down, but she was like, hey, next time, tell that kid she's lost it. And I was like, okay. And that's what I told the girl on Friday. I was like, but she came, dude. It was the middle of the week. It was Wednesday. She came hysterical right as we're trying to line up. She's like, it's in the tree. She's like, come on, Mr. Bing, you can get it. And I was thinking, now I'm hurt, so it's hard for me to jump anyway. But I'm like, well, if it's like 8 feet, maybe I can get it. But I look up, then I was like, what makes you think I can jump up and get that tree? Or like, so like, and it was sitting on top of like 2 or 3 branches, man. It was leveled, right? And so I'm yanking on the branch a little bit. It wouldn't come down. And then I was like, why is your stuffed animal up there? She's like, I threw it up there to knock the lunchbox off. And I was like, that wasn't a smart idea. But she was scared, or she was afraid to leave. And I was like, look, I'll talk to the custodian later. We can't do anything about it now because I need a super big ladder to get that. That's not going to happen right now. So craziness, man. Craziness with these kids.
You know what I like is the whole story
Yeah.
is there was like a couple different youth or like lines that are just like adult and people like if they're listening they're like, wait a minute, you could actually say that differently. I like how like the custodian's like, next time she lost it, got it?
Yeah.
And then the fact that you were yanking on the branch. I like how you were yanking on that branch.
Yeah. Shake it till it's gotta shake it clean, right?
Yep.
Anyway. Hey, last time we do a little ask a principal thing before we take our break. Did you see that text I sent you today with the when I said, hey, this seems like it's a little offensive? Did you see that?
I don't think I did.
You were so busy, you probably didn't see it. It's slide 38 if you want to look. This is a photo of a t-shirt. But essentially,
was it just to me?
I sent it to you and the dude, right?
Oh.
I went up today to grade some papers just because it's easier for me to focus at school. And I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do my copies for tomorrow while I'm up here. And in the copy room, I saw this paper, and it's an activity. Now I know it's a completely wholesome activity. But the title says "Go Elf Yourself," and I just was like, I took a screenshot of it, and I was just like, doesn't this sound a little offensive? Only 2 teachers that I sent it to laughed. Everyone else is 3 teachers. Because one of my friends from my last school, who's one of the 2nd grade teachers at my school now, she laughed. But most people just kind of like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's what I don't like, man. So I got comedy, you got comedy, and people don't get it. And I'm just like, I don't want to explain this,
Did so you saw that on the copy machine?
Yeah, there's a paper. It was like they're supposed to like cut little elves, and I guess they could decorate it and maybe draw their face on it or put a little photo or whatever.
I'm seeing the text. So that means somebody at your campus plans on doing that.
Yeah, exactly. And like I'm saying, it's a completely wholesome activity. It's just
not the title.
I know, and that's where I go back to me and Joseph. We need to be quality control for so many things that teachers do, because we could be like, hey, this doesn't sound good, because we got that kind of brain that can pick up on what a kid can take it the wrong way. Like, I know what you're trying to do, but this is what it sounds like, and then some person could perceive it this way, and then it creates a situation.
That's one of those situations where you're like, do I tell my supervisor? Yeah. Or do I just let it slide? Because it's not going to really be directly affecting me.
Right. Dude, by the way, at my school, I got 2 teachers that want to guest at some point. It's really just about trying to figure out, availability type thing, right? But one of the teachers
tell people they want a guest star, it's $1,000 guest appearance.
Yeah, exactly. You got to wash Choey's car, paint his house, right? No, but one of the teachers that wants to guess, because she's listened to us enough now, that every time she always thinks a kid named Joseph is Joseph. She always wants to call him Joseph because she's learned I've ingrained it in her brain with this podcast, right? And actually, I'm starting to. There's a couple things that I'm doing, like I've done, where I go set up appointments or whatever with that email, and just automatically pops up as Jandler, and so people just start calling me Jandler, and I'm just like, yeah, I just roll with it. And like they're like, this is a weird name, and like somebody was like, can I call you Jandler? I was like, yeah, sure. because it was on my email. I was like, yeah, it's basically my stage name now. But I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
try to get used to it, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
just the norm.
I could just see this like backfiring like somewhere like 10 years down the road. Like maybe we've like sunsetted the podcast. We're no longer doing it, and it's like, oh, we need to get hold of Mr. B, your actual name's the next of kin, next of contact. Get email Jandler. Jandler's is I think that's his brother. Email Jandler. Get a hold of Jandler. They're gonna be like trying to get a hold. Nobody's calling, sir. We can't. You're gonna be like, that's not my name. That's not. That's me.
Exactly. Any thoughts you have before any headlines you have before we go to break?
No, I'm. The only thing I can share though is I'm really sad. Like, I think that I read the article right now after you kind of made the mention of Notre Dame. Like, why you gotta put your head in the sand like that? Just go play a bowl game. It is what it is. You shouldn't have lost the first two. Stuck
No,
to you.
and White Gandalf
Maybe
had
don't
a
be
good point.
independent.
White Gandalf had a good point. Actually, he said that too. He said, "Don't be independent," but he had a good point. He was like, there's probably seniors on that team that aren't going to go to the NFL, and they just lost out on a chance to play one last game. All because the university is butthurt. It is. It sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks.
But I mean, that's the way this thing's set up, and like sometimes they benefit from, sometimes they don't. Like I'm a big Notre Dame fan, but you have that's another one I didn't even think about. Like you have players on there that their season's over before they realized it.
Yeah.
Because you're bowl eligible.
Oh yeah, you got
I
10
would
wins,
go to
man.
a
You
decent
definitely bowl
bowl.
eligible. Yeah, I bet they would be like a New Year's bowl. I'm sure they, I guess Notre Dame doesn't need money. Who knows, man? Who knows? But I can roll to the break and then our holiday song, sir.
Sounds good.
We say pros, gun bait, cheers, mate, and cheers, mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's Artasante, other times it's cheers, UF and hoser. We also say sade, salute, saluti, or tag a skull. Let's all say Nazdarofi in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, Walugi Wawa makes our Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid South. In Bud and Mo, Ukraine's here to stay. Taiwan says Kanpa, drink it down with pride. Then someone slams the table, next round they cry. In Thailand we clink and shout out chum. Then back to the bar till the liquor's gone. For Jamaica it's a loud Jamon. No matter the place we drink till dawn. In Israel they shout L'chaim with cheer. Bangladesh says joy hop, raise your beer. Poland sings Nastrovi with pride. Lithuania's a Sveikaton worldwide. In India we say cheers, or bad hi-ho. If you're bold, Hungary says Eggesegedre, don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with Ala Votra, let it flow. From Ghana it's Akpateshi, let the good times roll. And Serbia shouts Chivili from the soul. Ooh, in Morocco we cry Bissau with flair. Ecuador says salute, fiesta everywhere. And in Finland we say kippis, raise your beer in the air. That's how Choey and Jandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Jandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlacket.com. Please shop BuyBlacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers, to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlacket.com today. Tell them Choey and Jandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Jandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
All right, we're back from break. Joseph, ready to finish out the second half of the episode?
Oh, I'm ready to finish.
I got 2
Sure.
things for you, right? So actually, the second half probably not gonna be that long, right? If you want to look at slide 39, you can see what I'm about to read. Okay.
I was looking at it. I was excited. I didn't want to
All
say
right.
anything about it though.
All right, you can still hear me right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just not projected. I enlarged my screen so I can see it better. It's been a while since I've done some Sesame Street word of the day. So somehow I stumbled across these. I forget when, and I was like, I'm gonna save them for an episode. So here's some new teacher lingo, sir. And obviously, you're looking at it, so I can't do what I did the last time, which was about a year ago, and say, hey, guess what this word means. So I'm just gonna see if the audience could guess it, right? In their head as I read it. So desk-tastrophe. I will ask you this before I read it. Have you ever had a desk-tastrophe?
I don't think so.
Well, when you were a teacher, you were mostly a PE teacher, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I guess you wouldn't really have to worry about this as much. Although I guess you had your spots in the gym. But when no matter how you draw desk-tastrophe, for those that will wonder, it's is when no matter how hard a teacher draws up their seating chart, they always still have, you still end up with kids sitting together that should always be separated. And this happens 100% of the time. I got kids now, they're like, Mr. Bean, can you move me from so-and-so? And then I have to sit there and in my head be like, okay. I'm trying to like play the Matrix out in my head. Who can I put here? You know, who can I switch? But it's always a nightmare, man. It's always a nightmare. Wait, what about a bath avalanche? I bet you've had this in PE.
Dude, so many times. And it's and it comes, I mean, I don't know. That, and it's amazing how much water can, like, you could have a kid probably like with their eyeball hanging out of the socket, and you're like, you want some water? And they're like, okay. And then they're just good. You're like, what the?
Bath avalanche. The phenomenon that occurs when one student asks to go to the bathroom and suddenly everyone has to go as well. We did this, we did a field trip last, we had 2 field trips, but we did this one, we did a play at the end of the year, right? And so I made my entire class go right before we got on the bus, right? And the bus ride was about 15 minutes. Choey, as soon as we got there, so many kids were asking me to go, and I was like, no. I was like, we just went, y'all can wait. And we were there, and 1st grade was there, and 5th grade, and then so the 5th grade teachers started taking their kids, and then the 1st grade kids started taking their kids. So I'm like, well, now I can't tell these kids no. And it was a musical. It was the Seussical, the musical. I didn't see
cool.
1 second of that musical because I was going up and down the stairs, taking people to the bathroom. Because like I said, once one went, it started a chain reaction.
We're like at the Magic Theater?
No, we were at a high school. Like, and I want to I don't want to name the
like
high
the
school,
Magic
but it's
Theater.
pretty cool high school. Yeah, I've only been in the
I
Magic
think-
Theater once. I didn't get to see that. We watched what do you call it? School of Rock. No, not School of
Huh.
Rock. What? Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock. Schoolhouse Rock. You know, with I'm a Bill, I'm just a Bill, that kind of stuff. I didn't get to see a lot of that either because I did the same thing, going up and down the stairs with trying to take kids to the bathroom. Ugh. All right, diss a pencil. Man. Again, you as a PE teacher probably didn't have to deal with this as much, right? But this is to make a pencil disappear, sending it into an alternate dimension from whence it will never return. Every child is born knowing how to diss a pencil, and there appears to be no known cure. Dude, and this is starting to happen a lot. Like this class or this school was doing great until about the last 5 weeks. And I swear these kids are just taking it and stealing it. Like they're either eating it or breaking it. I don't know. But on Friday, I think I put out 15 pencils, and I had 3 classes, and every class, like, I need pencils. And I'm like, look on the ground. Somebody's hoarding it, man. Someone's got to just be stashing them, you know? But it's frustration. On the black market.
Like, you need one? I got some. I got one for you.
Quiznesia. I wouldn't say it happens so too much for me as a teacher. I do remember, this kind of does remind me of when we were in school, when because I don't really announce quizzes. I don't really say, hey, we got a quiz tomorrow, because I don't want them to be like, I'm not coming to school, you know? I just like, but the quiznesia, when no matter how many times you remind a class, they all seem to forget that the quiz was today. You and I probably had quiznesia when we started college, right out of high school. When we'd show up and be like, what? There's a test today?
We were not good students.
No, not that first semester. Especially at 8 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know?
That's what we get for thinking we were smart.
Lunapocalypse. The disaster that befalls your classroom during a full moon when students go completely nuts. Now, I know elementary teachers will rubber stamp this in a heartbeat. You haven't seen it as much in the upper grades, but it happens with the little kids, man, or with the younger kids. You know, it's like, you can tell. Actually, apparently there was what was it? It was a special moon. Special full moon this week.
Well, like a I don't know, blue moon, red moon, something like that.
I think it might have been a blue moon. You have to look at it or something. But we were some of us were texting like, kids were crazy today, and then come to find out, oh yeah, it's a full moon. And then the last one, oh my gosh, Tecolops, right? Am I saying that right? Oh, kind of like collapse.
Oh, okay.
Tecolops. I don't know. Sorry. People are gonna be like,
going on with this? That's pretty much what it is.
When all the technology in your classroom decides to stop working at once, usually right when you need it the most. Murphy's Law to me. Like I like joking with you when I'll send you a text like, oh, the internet's down, I can't teach. And you'd be like, yeah, teachers used to say that at my old school. Like, what am I gonna do?
Time.
I just do it as a joke. I just go like, I'll figure it out. But
I would just be like, guys, like, have a backup plan in case the internet goes out, because it's not like the internet's not gonna go out. Like, it might.
No. Exactly.
And then like all of a sudden, what happened? They're like, I don't know what I thought I was gonna do it, but then I couldn't. Like, you son of a.
You're like, come on, people, come on. All right, I got one more segment. This goes off of our in reaction to the Arabic numerals, right? This is a long lost speech from George Washington back in the day, sir. My fellow Americans, I stand here before you today with a dream. A dream that one day our children will not be judged by the number on their test scores, but rather by the letters on those test scores. Specifically speaking, IV, V, and whatever the hell XLII is. For too long, our nation's youth have relied on Arabic numerals, things such as 0 through 9. Digits so simple that even a congressman could understand them. But Americans have now declared that simplicity is in fact our enemy. So now, ladies and gentlemen, instead of writing the digit 7, your child will now write VII. Because nothing prepares you for adulthood quite like needing a math degree to read a microwave. And let us not forget little Jimmy in 3rd grade, who proudly answered XIV minus VI equals. Hold on, wait a second. Give me a little bit. I'm trying to think this out. Carry the one, blah, blah, blah. And then by the time he eventually finished, his recess was over, and he'd in fact grown a beard. My dream is this. It's simple. That one day a student will walk into class and declare boldly, I got a 93 on my test. I want to hear their teacher look them dead in the eye and say, Roman numerals only, sir. And little Jimmy will proudly respond, was it XC something? So tonight, let us march. March like the numerals across the chalkboard toward a future where the most confusing part of math class is not the fractions, but rather the alphabet soup we will now use for numbers when we make the switch from Roman numerals to Arabic numerals. So, as I fade into the distance, remember, e pluribus unum, vini vidi, v, I think. God bless America, and may God help anyone trying to write their Wi-Fi password now. I
So
just realized that I said
know.
Roman numerals to Arabic numerals. I reversed that, you know. Oops.
I don't know if it echoed a little bit of mine, so I'm not sure if it'll echo like that in the recording. She might have to like edit the thing.
Well, I had it like an echo thing, but I'm gonna upload that part anyway. What would you want to say about that speech, though?
Well, the speech is good. Like I like the fact that it kind of brings, like it brings to like the fact that like it kind of makes fun, pokes fun of it, and the fact that like Roman numerals are hard. Like I always got like I never got the fact that like when you subtract, you put the number in front.
Yeah,
like
well,
some sort of weird...
That's either before, that's 1 before 5. Like it's like the 1 before, after 5, and after 10. You know?
Yeah, so like, it's like you got to put IV is 4, and it's like wait, what? Like
and
so
then VI is 6.
Taking 1 from 5 to make 4, like somewhere, and it's like wait, what?
Yeah.
But the video is even better in the fact that like it's like random scenes, so it's like you're like wait, what? Like at one point, like you've got like it looks like we're Jedi.
The beach. Yeah. Oh yeah, when you're force choking.
Like, yeah, and it's like, what does this? What does this have to do with Roman numeral? Or like, am I that really upset about the Roman numeral, Arabic numeral things that I'm like, oh,
I didn't think of it. I just, since I recorded the audio, I was like, I need a visual that goes with it, you know. And so I just used our YouTube, our stills from our thing.
It's like it's not even like Japanese, like where it's like the words are off kind of thing. Like, oh look, it's Godzilla. Your mouth. It's all. I guess Choey's really mad that Jandler wants to do Roman numerals, and so he's trying to kill him, like Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of thing. Wait, what?
And I remembered it today. By the way, I still got your stuff. I want to do those shorts that, you know, that I'm working on, but I also got to work on Snark TV. If I might kind of missed the deadline for November, December, but I can always roll. Well, I still have a little bit of time this month, but I got to work on the intro. But all right, dude, do you want to do the social media plugs before we end it?
Oh, I can, and I can actually do it like perfect right now because you got the slide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're on X and TikTok at Choey and Jan, at CHOEY, letter N, JAN. We're on Threads and Instagram at Choey and Jan 2. That's at CHOEY, letter N, JANTOO. We're on YouTube at Jandler Bing 969. And then on Facebook as Jandler Bing.
Yeah, that's it. Anything you want to add for this week's episode?
No, but reading through those things reminded me of something that an old man was telling me yesterday that I'll tell you after the episode.
Okay. You know, I will say I posted on our socials that Thanksgiving game, right? Like I posted that, and I might try and get some magic clips on there. That's my goal, but that's pretty cool. Right? So I'm gonna pull the plug, and then you got news for me, and I got some news for you offline.